Hey, what's up, and welcome back to another edition of Phil's Monday Movie Review. I'm glad to be here, and I'm glad that you're here. And my recommendation for this week is Guillermo Del Toro's Pinocchio. Now, as I'm recording this film has not hit Netflix yet. It's set to stream later this week. But this last week, actually, I got a chance to see this in a movie theater with a whole bunch of strangers, popcorn, soda, big screen. And let me just say right now, if you do get a chance to see this film in a movie theater, please do so. I understand that sometimes not all of us like to leave the house just to go to a movie theater, but I highly encourage to do so with this film. Now, I obviously love this film, so let's get down to it, and let's get down and talk a little bit about the story and breaking down about the voice cast and the animation, which is, we'll get all there right now, okay? Obviously, I'm very excited to talk about this movie because this movie was just a goddamn gem. Let me just say that right now, okay? I understand that Netflix has been doing this to a couple of films where they'll release the film on their streaming service and they'll also give it a limited theatrical release. Why they're not giving a full theatrical release run, I don't know why. I know the whole case with Glass Onion. I've been hearing about that case, and I hope Netflix is taking notes on that. Obviously, I love the hell out of this movie, so let's talk a little bit about it. So, released in 2022, Guillermo Del Toro's Pinocchio is a retelling of the classic fantasy novel by Carlo Collodi. Coyote, I hope I pronounced that right. And that novel was published back in the 1880s. And no, let me just say this movie has nothing to do with the Disney live-action version of Pinocchio starring Tom Hanks. I understand that movie was released weirdly around the same time as Guillermo del Toro's Pinocchio, and I understand that might have confused a few people out there, but this has nothing to do with Disney. This is its own thing. Also, I just have no interest right now in seeing the Disney live-action Pinocchio movie. Yeah, I'm not interested at all. I don't think I'm ever going to see that movie. But anyways, we're not here to talk about the movie. We're here to talk about Guillermo del Toro's Pinocchio. So let's keep diving in. Guillermo del Toro's Pinocchio features the voice talents of Ewan McGregor, Gregory Mann, David Bradley, Finn Wolfhard, Christoph Waltz, Ron Perlman, Cate Blanchett, and Tilda Swinton. So big cast. When it comes to Pinocchio, I think we all know the story of Pinocchio, so I'm not going to go ahead and give you a brief summary, but I kind of am at the same time, just in case there's probably like 5 of you in this world that don't know the story of Pinocchio. This is a story of Geppetto, and he loses his son, and then he builds a wooden puppet, and then with some magic sprinkled here and there on the wooden puppet, he becomes alive into an actual walking, talking boy named Pinocchio. And then Pinocchio goes through this enchanted adventure where he finds a way into bringing these clashing ideologies together with his whimsical and his youthful approach to life. When it came to this film, I tried my best to put my bias aside because I will admit that I am a huge fan of Guillermo del Toro. When it comes to his films, every time he releases a film, I will be there opening night to see it, and I will be very excited to see it because I love all of his films, basically. I'm a big fan of his storytelling, his style of filmmaking. I love the stories that he has told in this medium, from Kronos to Blade 2 to Pan's Labyrinth to Pacific Rim and all the way down to this one. When I first heard that Guillermo del Toro was going to be making a stop-motion animated film about Pinocchio, I couldn't help but get immediately hyped. That just sounds like the perfect formula to me. Guillermo del Toro, stop-motion animation, Pinocchio, boom. It just sounds like it fits It sounds like it's just meant to be. And just by watching this film, I can tell that this is a passion project from Guillermo Del Toro. This movie took years to make. It took years for Guillermo Del Toro and his co-director Mark Gustafson to produce. And the team of animators and the sets, the gorgeous sets, by the way, like it's the entire production just took years and years to make, and you can tell just by watching it. I love this film for so many reasons. I believe this is one of my favorite films of 2022. The animation in this film is just an absolute masterwork. I think Guillermo Del Toro and Mark Gustafson crafted a beautiful film that's supplied with a beautiful, bittersweet sadness. Pinocchio is also supplied with incredible voice talents like Ewan McGregor. I think Ewan McGregor was absolutely incredible in this. I just can't speak enough about the animation for Pinocchio. It's just an utter masterpiece, and it's probably my favorite, best stop motion animated film of like all time. I do love my stop motion animated films, from all of them, from Coraline to The Nightmare Before Christmas. But I think Guillermo del Toro's Pinocchio is probably my favorite one now. In a world where there are soulless, cash grab live action remakes, I think Guillermo del Toro's Pinocchio is filled with an abundant amount of soul. It has a lot of heart, and it engaged the audience so much that it offers us a chance to take a second look at our community. Aside from leaving me and the theater in tears at the end of the film, this film, Pinocchio, just executes a masterclass in filmmaking, and not just filmmaking, but storytelling. I just can't praise this movie enough, from the music, which was just beautiful. Beautiful is just a great way to describe this film in so many ways. From the sets, the animation, the music, everything about this film is just well crafted, and it's just a beautiful piece of art. And of course, with all that being said, Guillermo del Toro's Pinocchio is absolutely 100% pure cinema. But that is it for Phil's Monday movie review. I want to thank you for tuning in. And Guillermo del Toro's Pinocchio, have you seen it? And if you have, let's talk about it. And be sure to tune in next week where we talk about another movie. But until then, thanks for stopping by. Take care, and I'll catch you next time. Peace.